Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Would like to talk with you guys today about some Madden 20 franchise features we would like to see make a return to the game. Features that have been in the game previously and did not make the jump to next-gen consoles or were removed from the game. As we know, the last couple of years, the primary focus has been on Madden Ultimate Team and not franchise, but here's some of the top ones we would like to see return in Madden 20.
For the sports gamer.
Starting off with position battles in Madden 2005. One of the biggest sources of drama in NFL season is positional battles and controversy when a team has two more players in a position that are potential starters. Like for instance, what they had with Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco this past season. Who's going to start? How are they going to bring them along? Will an overperforming backup keep their starting job when the starter returns from injury? Will a rookie phenom get a chance to start over a veteran journeyman? Does the player acquired from a recent trade know the playbook well enough to start over an established veteran this week, or will he have to sit a week or two? Every year, these sorts of controversial decisions define the season for multiple teams. Madden games have implemented such features in the past, but it was dropped in the jump to a new console generation. But these sorts of storylines and controversies are what make an NFL season intriguing, and Madden needs to bring this feature back. Coaching staff. Being able to hire and fire coaches is a feature as old as Madden franchise mode itself. Madden 19 allows franchise users to hire or fire a head coach, a scout, and a trainer. But we really need to expand upon that and be able to have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams, and actually have it matter. For example, you can have a conservative, ball control minded head coach who provides bonus to your offensive line and running backs. And you can supplement him behind a more aggressive offensive coordinator who provide bonuses to your quarterbacks and receivers, and kind of make the coaching matter. If the head coach gets fired, you can look for another head coach who doesn't have a job. You can hire a coordinator from another team or promote one of your own coordinators to the role. It's up to you. An essential part of playing a franchise of dynasty mode is being able to build a team over the course of many years, and having the right staff in place to implement your game plan and get the most out of your players is just as important as the players themselves. This is why the ability to hire coordinators and assistant coaches is a must return to the series. Moving on to hot and cold streaks, which was in Madden 25, it was a feature where a player could perform better than their rating and go on a hot streak, or a player performing well below their ratings could fall into a cold streak. The streak would raise or lower the player's ratings for a few weeks of the season, allowing them to continue to perform above or below expectations. Now they have confidence in the game now, but it's a bit different as this had a more direct impact on the game and gameplay, and less over the course of a season deal, like how confidence is right now, and that resets every season. This is more of a week-to-week thing. Like a player on a hot streak might be likely to make clutch plays and lead his team to a tough victory or upset, and a hot streak going to the playoffs can carry a team all the way to the Super Bowl. On the other hand, a player in a cold streak might become more of an issue and see himself benched in favor of lower rated or a player that makes less mistakes, or even a backup. You can find yourself looking through a free agent pool or trade block to replace a player who isn't carrying his weight. He can be a highly rated player, but he got in a cold streak and he's dropping passes. He's having issues. Streaks and like cold streaks can give the user more things to think about when it comes to preparing for the next game and preparing your team, where somebody might be high rated but they're not playing well, and the backup who's lower rated than them is actually playing better. And that adds another layer of strategy to the game. Training camp. Once you have your coaching staff in place, you're going to want to need to teach your scheme and game plans to your players. The Madden 19 currently allows the user to use the skill training to practice with or against certain concepts and schemes in order to prove your player's performance with or against the respective concept. However, this is all done during the season. There's no off-season training camp in which you teach your scheme, evaluate your player's performance, and improve their ratings. Older versions of the game included off-season training camp mini games like the old SWAT drill being a fan favorite, but I think the future Madden games could continue to use the skill trainer as a template for implementing an off-season training camp. Being able to run practice drills with your drafted rookies and new free agents will allow you to decide who to start, who to rotate, and with the reserves during preseason games, it will eventually give you a better idea who to cut when the regular season rolls around. Definitely to bring training camp back. On to uniform and team builder there. Everyone likes to be able to personalize their games. Madden games in the past had robust uniform editors, and they also included custom team creator features, as well as the ability to customize their uniform and existing teams. Last few years, NCAA football even features an independent online cloud service that allowed users to create a custom team with a custom logo, uniform, stadium, mascot, and import it in NCAA football. Since it was a cloud service, the same team could be re-imported next year without having to recreate it in-game from scratch. More team customization go a long way towards helping and personalize individual users' franchise experience. It will also be a great feature to have for your personalized MUT team. Not just for franchise, you can use this for MUT as well. MUT already has a ton of different options that you have for jerseys that franchise mode doesn't, but actually having a uniform editor, it wouldn't even matter because you just make what you want. And keeping with the creation process and different things people can do will be the stadium creator. That's one feature that used to be in the game. With new teams frequently building new stadiums or relocating to new cities, we've seen the Rams, Chargers, and Raiders do in the last few years with relocation. It'd be nice to have a robust stadium editor. In Madden 19, you can relocate a team and choose one of a handful of prefabricated stadiums. But early iterations of the game include the ability to customize the stadium from the ground up, whether you are renovating your existing stadium, building a new one, or relocating to a new city. Plus, if future games do include team creators, then the stadium creator is a no-brainer. On to the draft. An expansion draft that was in Madden 2002. Once you have a custom uniform and stadium, wouldn't it be nice to introduce your creation to the NFL as an expansion team? Madden games have allowed users to create custom uniforms and even custom teams in the past, and Madden 2002 included a genuine expansion draft. 2002 was the year that the Houston Texans joined the league, and that year Madden allowed the player to choose to use that team's preseason roster or go through the actual expansion draft process and build a roster from scratch. You can also elect to import your own created team in place of the Texans and build that team from scratch, which provided a tremendous feeling of ownership and accomplishment you built building a winning program like that. Now, the expansion draft required each existing team in the league to select some of those players to be eligible for the expansion team to draft. Now, the expansion team would then draft those from eligible players to build up a roster base. Then every team, including the expansion team, will go through the normal NFL draft and free agency period, with the expansion team getting the #1 overall pick. The closest comparison that we have to modern Madden titles is franchise draft option, which puts every player in the league in the draft board and allows every team to pick players. It's not quite the same as being able to build up a new team using the actual rules for an expansion team. This could be a neat way to add new users with their own custom team to an ongoing online franchise, rather than have them take over an existing team in its roster. Another good feature we should bring back. Alright, moving on to the next one I would like to see return would be the hidden rookie attributes. I believe it was Madden 2003. It's been a while. But the thing with 2003, where you actually would have the rookies on your team, but you wouldn't know what their rating was until you got them on the field and actually played with them. Rather than simply looking at his overall rating to decide where to put him on the depth chart or not, you actually had to get him on the field, and then it revealed itself as you play with that rookie. Now, this is a good idea in principle, but it had a lot of problems. It wasn't very well received, so it was dropped after just 1 year. However, the feature could work well when combined with the new in-season scouting and practice squad features that have been in Madden in the last couple of years. Having to gradually uncover the attributes of a young unproven player and rookies by playing them in practices, scrimmages, or on the field, or in like a training camp, like we said, would make the decision of who to start less automatic. You wouldn't know for sure if that player is any good until you actually put him on the field, which is how real life works. By investing more points in scouting a player, you might be able to get a better idea whether your top draft pick is going to be able to contribute, or is he going to be a bust. But you won't necessarily be able to do this with late round picks, unsigned free agents, or other young players. So don't make it for everyone, just make it for maybe the first couple of rounds will make more sense. Not being able to see the actual attributes for a given player will also help alleviate the problem of practice squad poaching. You won't be able to simply look at another team's practice squad and pick the player with the highest overall rating to add to your own team. Perhaps you would have to spend more time with your own in-season scouting points on other teams' practice squads in order to scout their players and uncover their attributes. Or you got to just wait to see them in action when you got them on the team. I think that will add another layer of strategy to franchise mode as well. And last but not least, superstar mode. Don't have to say much about this one, as it's pretty much been confirmed by Eric Wayweather. Superstar mode is returning to Madden. Everything that's coming with that, I'm not sure. Will it be exactly like the superstar mode of old? I don't know. We'll you know, as we get more details on that, I'll be able to provide those details to you guys. But that is one feature I wanted to end the list that actually is returning from the past, and we're happy for. So hopefully they'll continue to bring more features back that we enjoy. And so let me know in the comments below what features that were in the game previously in franchise mode that you guys would like to see back into the game. Let me know. We'll make sure your voices are heard, amplify those, and make sure we get franchise mode really back to the focus of where it used to be. So let me know what you guys think of the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more Madden content here at SEO. This is The Natural. I'm out.